Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for tuning into today's video. We have more gaming and PlayStation news, rumours and leaks to go over. Huge shout out to the channel members that are the God of War and the Uncharted members. Thank you ever so much for your support. If you're new here to the channel, consider subscribing and becoming a channel member and get yourself some perks. Right then, for a while the gaming community has been excited about the possibility of a Final Fantasy IX Remake. It's one of those long-standing rumours that never actually really disappeared, and now thanks to some recent activity from Square Enix, it might actually be more than just speculation. The latest hint has come directly from Square Enix themselves through a post on X. They shared a screenshot with the original Final Fantasy IX, a scene that fans of the game would recognise instantly, especially those who remember the emotional moments at the end of the story. Alongside the image, the company posted a cryptic caption, and it goes a little bit like this: "If you know, you know." And it was followed by a crying emoji. While it doesn't directly confirm anything specifically, it definitely feels like a tease from Square Enix. Now, this doesn't mean an official announcement has been made, but it's no stretch to say Square Enix knows exactly what kind of stir and what kind of rumours that this post would cause amongst their fans. On top of that, they've launched a brand new website dedicated to the 25th anniversary of Final Fantasy IX. While the site mainly showcases merchandise like plushies, a vinyl soundtrack and other collectibles, it does feel like it's laying the groundwork for something bigger. Fans are hoping that a news update about a potential remake could drop anytime soon. To give you some background, Final Fantasy IX originally came out on the PlayStation 1 back in the year 2000. At the time, it was seen as a return to the series' roots, going back to a more traditional fantasy world after a few games had leaned into a more futuristic or sci-fi elements. The story follows Zidane, a thief with a mysterious past, a memorable cast of characters on a journey filled with charm, emotion, and classic JRPG adventures. The game was a hit when it launched. On Metacritic, it still holds an impressive 94 average rating. Since then, it's been ported to newer platforms, including the PlayStation 4, and thanks to backward compatibility, that means it's playable on the PS5 too. If you're curious to revisit the game or play it for the first time, it's currently available on the PlayStation Store for about $21. With all these hints and the anniversary celebration ramping up, it feels like a Final Fantasy IX Remake might finally be around the corner. Would you be excited for a Final Fantasy IX Remake? Let me know in the comments and let's move on. It's been over 6 years since Devil May Cry 5 brought the stylish demon-slaying chaos back to fans around the world. The game was a massive success when it launched, earning praise for its fast-paced combat, slick visuals, and satisfying story. With that much time passed, many fans have been wondering, is Devil May Cry 6 in development? Well, there might have been an accidental clue dropped by one of the characters or one of the actors, voice actors in the game during a recent interview. Reuben Langdon, the voice actor behind the series' iconic character Dante, was chatting in an interview with CultureScope when he may have let something slip. While reflecting on how fans responded to the controversial DMC Devil May Cry reboot, he said, "So then they returned and they came back with Devil May Cry 6 or 5. That little correction at the end where he says 6 or 5 has sent some fans into detective mode. Was it just a slip of the tongue, or did he accidentally confirm that a 6th installment is already in the works?" To be fair, nothing officially has been announced by Capcom yet, and Langdon's wording very well could have been an innocent mix-up while talking about past events. But for long-time followers of the franchise, this isn't the first time a voice actor might have accidentally revealed something early. Back in 2015, Dan Southworth, who voices Virgil, seemed to leak Devil May Cry 5 before it was actually officially announced. Could history be repeating itself? Right now, there's no concrete information about Devil May Cry 6, so fans should take this potential leak with a pinch of salt. Still, it adds fuel to the fire of hope that a new game might be announced sooner rather than later. In the meantime, if you want to jump back into the world of Devil May Cry, there's plenty of ways to do it. Devil May Cry the HD collection, along with Devil May Cry 4 Special Edition, they are currently bundled and heavily discounted on the PlayStation Store, up to a massive 67% off for a limited time only. It's a great way to catch up on the series or revisit the classics. Whether DMC 6 is on the horizon or still a ways off, there's plenty to keep fans entertained right now. It's been a while since I played a Devil May Cry game, and I might just go back into the series given how big the discount is currently available on the PlayStation Store. Do let me know in the comments if you're looking forward to a Devil May Cry 6, and let's move on. If you've been following Bungie, the studio best known for the Halo and Destiny franchises, you probably already know they're working on something new and a little different this time round. Bungie and PlayStation are heavily promoting a special event for Saturday, April the 12th, where they finally pull the curtain back on Marathon in a major way. The showcase kicks off at 10 AM Pacific time, 1 PM Eastern time, and 6 PM in the evening for us Brits here in the UK, and it's expected to include a deep dive into the game's mechanics, gameplay footage, and possibly even some commentary from the game's developers themselves. This is a pretty big deal, especially since Bungie has been fairly quiet about the project and they've been working on this behind the scenes for many years now. Naturally, the hype surrounding this reveal has led to speculation online. Some fans are even wondering if Bungie might be planning to surprise release the game right after the event, what people in the industry often refer to as shadow drop. But according to Tom Henderson, who's a well-known voice in the gaming community, that's not going to happen. They're not going to shadow drop the game. In a recent post on social media, Henderson made it clear that Marathon won't be launching immediately after the event. Instead, what makes more sense is that Bungie is expected to announce a closed alpha test, which makes more sense at this stage in development. The early test will likely give a select group of players a chance to try the game and provide some real-time feedback back to Bungie, which they can then use to fine-tune things before the official launch of the game. And to add some context here, Marathon is a reboot of a much older title from Bungie's early years, way before Halo. This version is being described as an extraction shooter with a sci-fi twist and is expected to focus heavily on player versus player gameplay with some narrative layers mixed in. And while Bungie hasn't revealed a release window yet, the upcoming alpha could give us a better idea of how far along they really are. If you're even a little bit interested in what Bungie's cooking up next, the Marathon showcase is definitely worth tuning in for. Whether you're a long-time Destiny player or just curious about the new multiplayer games on the horizon, this event should give us our first real look at what Bungie has planned for this new chapter. What are your thoughts on Marathon? Are you excited for the game? Given Bungie's pedigree in the live service space and what they've done in the past with Destiny, I would really expect them to deliver a really good game here. Let me know if you're looking forward to this game in the comments down below, and let's move on. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle from Machine Games, the same studio behind the Wolfenstein series, will be coming to the PS5 next week on April the 17th. The game has been highly anticipated, especially by fans of the classic Indiana Jones movies. From what we've seen so far, it promises to be a cinematic experience filled with exploration, puzzles, and plenty of action set in exotic locations. But while the gameplay looks exciting, one detail has caught everyone's attention recently, and that is the game's file size. According to a reliable source on X, the PS5 version of Indiana Jones and the Great Circle will require a massive 125GB download. On Xbox Series X, it's even larger, coming in at around 132GB. For comparison, that's about the same size as other major AAA titles, like Call of Duty or Red Dead Redemption 2. Now, to be fair, large game files are nothing new these days, and it shouldn't really surprise us. Modern games have high-resolution textures, detailed environments, voice acting in multiple languages, and cinematic cutscenes. All of that does add up, hence the larger file sizes. But even so, 125GB is a serious chunk of your console's SSD, especially if you only rely on the console's SSD and you don't have another additional internal storage drive, especially as the PS5 only gives you around 667GB of usable space right out of the box. So what does this mean for players? Well, if you're planning to download Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, you might need to free up some space by uninstalling a few older games or by moving them to the external storage if you've got external storage. However, it's not the end of the world, but it's something worth preparing for ahead of the launch of the game next week. I'm looking forward to giving Indiana Jones a blast on the PS5 Pro. I do like these types of adventure games, so can't wait to give that a try next week when it comes out. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below about the topics discussed in the video today. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next video.